What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And wow, just I don't know what I saw last night, but definitely, I mean, it was kind of expected from the Giants because I didn't think we were going to put up too many points, and I knew that if we did lose this game, we weren't going to score more than like 10 points if we did lose the game. And we did lose the game, and we scored less than 10 points. And oh man, first of all, I want to start off with my computer. I don't know what's wrong with it. I think it broke. So I don't know what's up with it. And so all the editing and stuff like that, and my gaming channel too, is going to have to be put on hold. But the editing and stuff, the music in the background, the jump cuts and stuff like that, that's going to be delayed for a little bit. So you're just going to have raw footage from me for a while. So there's that. And then, Hurricane Irma and stuff is not letting me go out tomorrow and try to get this computer fixed. So there's that. But anyway, to the game. This was just a crapshoot. This game sucked so bad. But I had to watch through it all the way, and just hope we put something together, and just so we have some confidence going into the next week where we face the Lions, who destroyed the Cardinals, came back in the fourth quarter and absolutely destroyed the Cardinals. We do face them at home, but I mean, is that really an advantage at this point? So, did I grab the wrong notebook? I did. So, I'm going to be using my notebook because my computer, like I said, is broken, so I can't pull up the stats from my computer. So, I wrote it all down on my notebook. So, real quick, let's get on to the notes. I'll go off on the notes real quick for the Giants. The offensive line struggled all game. I mean, right from the start to the finish. It was mostly the right side. Bobby Hart, John Jerry, they struggled so much. They were getting knocked on their butt so many times. And it's, Charles Tapper, DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, these aren't big name guys. These aren't big number sack, players. And they're getting manhandled by them. Think about when we, face better teams, going down the road. We face Denver. We face Oakland with Khalil Mack. We face Denver with Von Miller. I mean, how are we going to stop these big name guys if we can't stop the Dallas Cowboys defensive line? And yes, I still think the Dallas defensive line is the worst in the league right now. You may argue other teams, but I still think theirs is the worst in the league right now. I just think they have our number because even last year they had a bad defensive line. I mean, granted, they put up some stats. Stats don't lie. I get that. And they did manhandle us last year too, but Eric Flowers didn't play too bad. Towards the end of the fourth quarter, he started letting up a little bit, but, Eric Flowers gets away with this one today. I mean, whatever. It was just everybody else that was just terrible, just absolutely terrible. Eli Manning had literally like 2 seconds to throw the ball as soon as it was snapped. He had no time to allow the receivers to develop their routes. I mean, every time Eli threw the ball and it was complete, it was either a curl or it was a slant. There was really none in between. Besides that, Roger Lewis and Evan Engram corner routes. I believe they were both corner routes when they were caught. So that's pretty much it. Eli had no time to throw the ball. His pocket was so small. I'm pretty sure he was getting so claustrophobic in there. I imagine it was hard to breathe in there. I mean, as soon as the ball was snapped, the pocket collapsed from his front all the way to his back. It was so bad. Moving on, I think next week we need to try to find a way, if, again, Bobby Hart and John Jerry struggle, let Brett Jones and let Chad Wheeler play. Brett Jones at right guard, Chad Wheeler at right tackle. Let's see how they do because they played very well in the preseason. One might argue they could compete for the starting spot because anybody can at this point. So I say if you don't want to give them the start, don't give them the start, but start letting them in. Give them some reps next week in the game and see how well they play. And maybe there will be a change in the offensive line rotation come week 3 against the Eagles. So I guess, week 2 can be, a kind of a guinea pig type game for the offensive line. We need to start experimenting because the guys we got now are not good. We need some more competition. We need some more guys out there. So as far as the offensive line goes, terrible, absolutely terrible. Brandon Marshall couldn't. I mean, I don't know if he wasn't able to get open. Thank God I have NFL Game Pass. I'm gonna be looking at this whole game, and I'll do an in-depth kind of analysis on it. I can't show it on camera because it will be copyright, so that sucks. But I'm going to go over what the hell happened to Brandon Marshall. He was totally non-existent, and when he was there, he was immediately taken out right after. I don't know why. Brandon Marshall tried to connect with Eli. Eli tried to connect with Brandon Marshall a couple times. There was one time, I mean, he did catch one pass for 10 yards, but there was one time where he ran a drive route, and he went all the way down to the other side of the field, and Eli found him, but Eli was under pressure. He just threw the ball, and it was Brandon Marshall's momentum was going towards the sideline, and Eli threw the ball way ahead of him, so it was going to be too hard for Brandon Marshall to stop his momentum and go for the ball. He tried. He hit the ball. He just wasn't able to catch it. So there's that. And then Eli missed him on an open, I think it was slant or a post pattern, and he could have gone for a good 15 yards, but nothing. So they had to find a way to connect, and that is something that they should have done in the preseason. They did not connect very well in the preseason. That's what they should have worked on in the preseason, but that's what happens when you don't. We had 35 yards rushing as a team. 35. That is unbelievable. And you could tell that the Giants offense didn't have much plays because of how much times they ran the ball and how much time they thrown the ball. Granted, before Eli's last two drives, there goes my lights. the Hurricane's probably gonna knock out my lights in a few. But as the last two drives where the game really didn't matter at that point, Eli started throwing the ball. He was like 21 of 29. That's like a regular game. That's like a regular passing stat for a quarterback. But at that point, they only rushed the ball. The two running backs that rushed the ball only had 10 rushes as a whole. So 10 rushes. There goes my light. There it goes back on. So anyway, 10 rushes and 35 yards as a team right there as far as running backs go. But as far as the two running backs, Paul Perkins and Orleans Darkwa, 16 plus 14, I'm not good at math, but that's 30 yards, I want to say. So that's terrible. That's 3 yards per carry. So and while we're at it, let's just get after the stats right now. Eli Manning, 28 of 38, 210 yards, and a pick. That pick was so stupid. I mean, I saw Sterling Shepard covered on that play. That was ridiculous. Or was it Roger Lewis? I don't know. But Anthony Brown was right in front of it, and Sean Lee wasn't too far behind. So I don't know why he threw that pass. Rushing Paul Perkins, 7 attempts for 16 yards. Absolutely. Are you guys still high on Paul Perkins? I'm asking Giants fans because I'm sick and tired of Giants fans keep trying to convince me like Paul Perkins is going to do something this year. He's not. I told you guys he wasn't ready all the way from last year. I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it, that Paul Perkins is not going to be a starter for the Giants, and he's going to be out the team in a couple years from now. He's not the guy, guys. He's not. So, anyway, Orleans Darkwa, his first carry went for 12 yards. I mean, come on. You should have kept Orleans Darkwa in the game. They did not run the ball with Orleans Darkwa, but 2 times after he ran for that 12-yard gain. Ridiculous. You got to keep the momentum. Obviously, he saw the hole opening up. That's what I love about Orleans Darkwa. He has the vision. He's not afraid to keep moving his feet and find the hole. Paul Perkins just freezes once he doesn't see a hole, and there's that. So you have to keep the momentum going. You have to give Orleans Darkwa the ball. I'm surprised Wayne Gallman didn't come in and carry the ball as well, but it is what it is. Roger Lewis was a leading receiver, 4 receptions, 54 yards. With Shane Vereen, 9 receptions, 51 yards. Evan Engram, 4 receptions, 44 yards. Didn't have a bad outing. Eli Manning tried to get him the ball as much as he could, but you see the potential for Evan Engram. His speed, his route running. His route running is as fast as the wide receivers. I mean, the way he cuts on slants is ridiculous. Never seen that from a tight end before like that. I'm talking like players like athletic tight ends like Jimmy Graham. You don't see that type of route running like Evan Engram has. I'm excited to see what we can get from him in the future, but as of right now, that was terrible. So, as far as Eli getting him the ball. Evan Engram did pretty well, especially on that 30-yard gain he had. He told Eli, when he went in motion, he told Eli, give it to me, give it to me. Like, he patted him on the back as he was going in motion. Eli was like, and then when he snapped the ball, he gave it right to Evan Engram. That's what I like about Evan Engram. He was smart about, he saw the field. He knew he would get open. He did. So I want to see more of that connection next week. And Sterling Shepard was Mr. Reliable. He only had 7 receptions for 44 yards, yes. But, I mean, it was very impressive. Every time Eli threw him the ball, he was able to try to catch it. Granted, sometimes he wasn't able to catch it, but he was very impressive with what he was given. You know, he was the number 1 receiver at that point. So, the defense, BJ Goodson. How about BJ Goodson? 14 tackles, 4 assists. 4 assisted tackles. That means 10 solo tackles, guys. He had a great game. He killed Zeke Elliott on this one screenplay. It was great. And just up and coming. He's up and coming. I can't wait to see him, grow and learn and hopefully become, better. BJ Goodson, great outing for him. I want to get to Janoris Jenkins real quick. Janoris Jenkins struggled. He didn't look like he did, and the stats won't say he did. He definitely struggled. He got away with a lot. He got away with 2 touchdown passes from Dez Bryant. It was on the same drive, so he basically would have gave up only 1 touchdown. But I mean, both times he could have that fade pattern. Dez Bryant almost caught that, but he didn't come down with it. And then that slant pattern. I mean, Janoris Jenkins got killed on that slant pattern, but Dak Prescott couldn't get him the ball, so he definitely struggled. But there was this one missed call that wasn't Janoris' fault. He held him, pinned him to the sideline while Dez was running a streak. Pinned him to the sideline. Didn't have any hands on the jersey, no tugging, no nothing. Just perfect coverage, and it was called for a penalty. I mean, I swear players get penalized for playing well in this league, and it's ridiculous to see it, but no excuses at that point. And Dez did get one on Janoris Jenkins, caught one for like 25 or 30 yards or something like that. I don't know the exact number, but had one good catch against Janoris, and then had another one, but it was a small one. It was like a 7-yard gain or something like that. So let's go over the Cowboys stats. 24 of 39, Dak Prescott. 24 of 39, 268 yards, a touchdown, and 0 picks. Great job by Dak Prescott. Great job. He was very focused. He didn't let the pass rush that was constantly getting to him. He didn't let that pass rush get to his head. So props to him on that. He was bullied by that D-line today. He was bullied by Olivier Vernon and JPP. They were all over him, but he was very poised in the pocket. Got to give him props for that. Zeke Elliott, 24 carries, 104 yards. So he had a great game. He was constantly just getting a first down. I think we did as well as we could. Though you can't blame the defense for giving up 100 yards for Zeke Elliott. You know that that offensive line the Cowboys have. You know who Zeke Elliott is. And you know how long the defense was on the field. They were on the field at least 3/4 of the time. I mean, it was ridiculous. So, I mean, they were getting tired. You can't hold a guy like Zeke Elliott, who's a freak of nature, to less than 100 yards when you're on the field the whole freaking game. So, there's that. Terrance Williams lit it up on us. It doesn't look like it, wasn't look like it was a big impact, but definitely he did. 6 receptions for 68 yards. Jason Witten caught all of his targets. I don't think he dropped one, and they're all tight coverage. It was Jason Witten, he's a beast. And that was a total mismatch for that touchdown that he had on Eli Apple. I don't know why they threw Eli by himself on Jason Witten, but it is what it is. And then Dez Bryant, 2 for 43. He got his yards, so congratulations to Dez Bryant. Sean Lee had 7 tackles, 1 assisted tackle. It didn't look like he did much on the stat sheet, but boy, was he in Eli's head. I mean, every time when he would basically, if you guys play Madden, he would basically do as, baiting the routes. He would jump on somebody else's route, but no, Eli's going to another, and he would jump on the other route real quick. And that happened at least 3 times in this game, and none of them were completions. So Sean Lee, great job by the 31-year-old linebacker. So, as going into next week, the we face the Detroit Lions at home. The New York Giants face the Detroit Lions at home. As of right now, I do not have us winning this game. I do not have us scoring more than 14 points because I don't see enough. I don't see enough. There's not enough, film that we see in this game that says the Giants are going to beat the Lions, who just totally mollywopped the Arizona Cardinals. So, it is what it is. And then the Cowboys going to Denver. I don't know who's going to win that matchup yet because we didn't see Denver play. I want to have a good look at Denver and their offense and their defense first before I make a prediction on that. So I can't really say if Dallas is going to win or Denver is going to win. I need something, some film. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you follow my Twitter. Link will be in the description below. I'll be doing discussions, and every game that the Giants have will have discussions on my Twitter. Then you guys could communicate with me there, live with live updates and stuff like that. And then even during the regular games too, and for any discussions during the midweek and stuff like that. So make sure you follow my Twitter in the description below. And see you guys in the next video. By the way, the rest of the game reviews, I'm going to be doing game reviews for all the games, game recaps for all the games. So that will be tomorrow for the Sunday games tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in the next video.